You must unlearn what you have learned.
A lot of people in the martial art community are unsure how to use the word sensei, or they misuse the word. And it's often not done with a negative mindset. It's often done out of ignorance to the Japanese culture and language. The kanji for sen means first or before, and the kanji for sei means to live. So sensei is one who has lived before you. This can often be misinterpreted as just a teacher, but it's often used in that context. But you would never call yourself a sensei. This is incorrect, and in Japan it would be laughed at. No one in Japan does this, but Americans, due to, again, just pure ignorance of the culture, don't know this. And I see so many people calling themselves sensei or master or whatever title that they give themselves. I have actually had people hand me business cards that say sensei, master, master instructor, everything to Jedi, knight. These are just things that often people give themselves. They give titles to themselves to make them feel better or more important. Sensei is something that is honorifically given to you. It is something that other people say about you, not what you should ever say about yourself. To call yourself master is really cringeworthy, as you would never say, I am Sensei Bob. And you also don't say the word sensei before someone's name. It is said after. So I would say Tanaka Sensei. I would not say Sensei Tanaka. These are all just things that we can learn and learn from others who have made these mistakes, including myself in the past. Just like you say Tanaka-san, Tanaka-sama, Sensei can mean someone who's older than you, who has more experience in life. My grandfather was like a sensei to me. He taught me how to fish and things like that. Things about life could be a title that you would say about someone. He or she was like a sensei to me, as Yoda was like a sensei to Luke.
Do you nothing that I say?
Don't assume that if you get a certain belt rank that you can now call yourself a sensei. Again, that's not something that is given to yourself. So if you're a first degree black belt or an 8th degree black belt, it doesn't mean you're a sensei. Again, this is something that over time people have thought this about you because of your character, the way you carry yourself through life, experiences that you've been through. Chances are you're going to be an older person, or one who has done something for a heck of a long time. The only exception to using the word sensei about yourself is if I was teaching in Japan kindergartners and they were saying, "Who are you?" I would say, "I am Norcross Sensei," and they would understand that that means that I'm the teacher. Otherwise, you don't use it. You should also not use the word Q or Dan about yourself. You don't walk around and say, "I am Bob Smith, 15th Dan," or "I am Bob Smith, 7th Q." Again, this is really cringeworthy and sounds very arrogant, and it's something we should be very mindful of. In hierarchical structures of cultures around the world, you might have heard the word Senpai or Kohai, and this is based off of, say you're in a university and you have seniors and juniors in some sort of school. Senpai, again, sen is before or previous, and pai in this case means ally. So they're on your team, but they might be someone who's been around a bit longer. A junior in high school might be the senpai over the freshman. And kohai would mean someone who is often younger than you, or someone who's newer at the job or in the university. This is a student structure that some dojos still use. We don't really use it here. You know, in Britain they use the words, "I'm your superior," "you're my inferior." We don't like that in the West because we just don't like to be pigeonholed into things like that, and it hurts our ego. You wouldn't say to somebody, "You're my kohai, go fetch me my sneakers," or something. That would be very disrespectful and arrogant. However, I've actually seen people do this.
My superiors aren't going to like this. I am your superior. Sit down there and shut up.
Put on this ego and false bravado to make themselves feel puffier and more important than the other students. It's really a weakness in somebody to have to point out where they are in this structure. If you are a junior student, you might, as an honor, say to somebody, This is my senpai. This is someone who's been around longer, someone I look up to. We're still students under the sensei at the school, but this is my person that I look up to, and he or she has helped me learn things about the school. Often the word sensei is separate from the students. It's not quite in the same linguistic realm. There are a few cases where you use the word shihan to describe yourself. Shihan just means instructor or fencing instructor, so I have seen Japanese people use the phrase shihan to talk about themselves just so people know what they do for a living. It's also bad etiquette to call yourself a soke or an anshu or grand master, master, warrior, Jedi Knight. All these things really turn people off, and they should be removed from your business cards. Why not just use the name you were given at birth and allow your skills or your character or the amount of help that you've given to your community, let those be how you carry yourself. You don't need a title. You don't need to put all these extra names in front of your name to actually feel better about yourself or to be more important or to carve your way into some mental structure of how you perceive yourself in the world. Just be humble and tell people your name. My name is Mr. Norcross. Don't call me sensei. Don't call me master. Don't call me grandmaster. Yes, sometimes I'm called master and grandmaster and shifu and all these things. Don't need to do any of that. I'm Todd. I'm Mr. Norcross. That's as formal as you need to be. I'm just a student. I haven't worn my belt in 15 years. And what rank I am doesn't matter. Let your name, your reputation, be your rank. If I had only had videos like this when I was 16 years old, I could have avoided a lot of embarrassment and a lot of things that I just didn't know. And I hope that this video helps you kind of parse where these words should go. Don't use any of them. Just go to your dojo, be humble, shut up and train, as my teachers used to say, or my sensei. Okay, everybody, have a great day, and we'll see you on the mat.